All right, guys. Let's talk about Moon Knight. Episodes, what are we? 4 and 5. I know what I'm talking about. This is a full-blown mask. It's just, this is another one that'll knock people out of the club. It was handmade by a woman at Bonnaroo. I think I have her card. I should probably put it in the description if I find it. I think I lost weight because this used to be super tight. I love this dress. But anyway, Moon Knight, episodes 4 and 5. I really liked episode 4 with the psych ward and everything going on there, and we find out that they are the same person, and this was a persona made up to protect himself as a kid. Like, this is wild, and I really liked them using, my favorite is Anubis, obviously. That's my favesies. And but like I was saying in my last video, and I'll try and edit it in here, of me talking about the scales and why they're a big deal, and weighing your heart, and how that's a thing, that's a huge piece of Egyptian mythology, and going to the underworld, afterworld, and like I said, there's many gates there, but I really liked how they used the hippo goddess. I really like the way they used her because she's a rebirth figure, or a maternity figure. A lot of times she can, like I said, the Egyptian gods can be very complex. But that's not the one that they're talking about. They're talking about the one with the lion body. Now, I'm pretty sure it has a lion body and a hippo tail and a crocodile head, because those are the 3 top things that will kill you in Egypt, and that's why they used those animals to depict this goddess Amet. Now, Amet is not like Hades. Like, their version of Hades is Anubis, and that's the guardian of the underworld. And when you die, you get your heart literally weighed. Like, imagine your heart like Kingdom Hearts. Like it's a tangible thing. It's a soul thing. Like, you have to give Anubis your heart to weigh on the scales. That's why they all have the scale tattoo, because that's a big thing in death with Egyptian mythology. But Amet sneakily lives close to the gateway, and if you run into her on your way to the underworld to see Anubis, they call her the devourer of the dead, or soul eater. She snatches up your soul and eats it before you can get there. So it's a really bad thing, and she's bad. But I was like, wow, you guys are really going hard on this. Now, these aren't gods like Thor. These are actual, like, deities. I really liked in episode 4 that they showed, well, the first half of it, he is still knocked out, and we get to see, like, this Indiana Jones-esque watching Layla handle herself, and I really liked that a lot. And I liked that in episode 5, we see the shot of him with the movie poster and the VHS tape, and it's like a nod to Indiana Jones. I really liked that a lot. That was really cool. But I liked that they showed Layla being able to handle herself, and I liked them running through the tomb. It was very, like I said, it was a definite nod to Indiana Jones. I really liked it. I really liked them, Alexander the Great, and insinuating that he was the reason he was so great and could conquer was because he had these powers. I don't know Moon Knight very well, so this is more, I don't even know if I want to call these recaps or just like, I like them and things that I like. But yeah, so all through episode 4, the most of it is the chase scene, and the choreography in this is amazing. The detail in this is amazing. The visuals are so cool, and I liked the way that this was, like, episode 4 was scary. I feel like that looks cool. Maybe it doesn't, but yeah, episode 4 was really cool. I really liked that it went from this action-packed, super detailed, Alexander the Great. If you liked history at all, like, this was super cool. Or you like mythology, this is super cool. But I really like this whole asylum. Steven and Mark are and I'm pretty sure in the comic and thank you, Tone, at work, because he's the one who loves Moon Knight, and he's been giving me all this info. And apparently there's several different people running around, and that's why, like, them putting him in the suit is kind of a nod to one of the personalities, and this, that, and the other thing. But I really liked how they handled episode 4, because it wasn't so centered on him being in the Moon Knight suit. One thing, if you guys heard it, this was the Black Panther nod I was talking about on Twitter the other day, and that's also why I picked my Bastet, like, they worship Bast, is when the hippo goddess says, oh, you should see the ancestral plane, it's beautiful. She's talking about the ancestral plane that Black Panther and them go to. You guys all know that I've been waiting. Well, actually, you guys I might not have talked about this. I'm really excited for Gore the God Butcherer. So setting up all these gods, showing Zeus in the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, all of that. Like, these deities are different. Like I said, they're kind of like, they're actual deities in Moon Knight. But Gore the God Butcherer don't give a shit. He doesn't care if you're like Thor, and he doesn't care if you're like Kanju. Like, he's going to come for all of you. This is going to be kind of a shorter episode, and like I said, I'm just kind of going fast through this. I really liked how it was almost like, God, why can't I think of things? A Christmas Carol, where they were going through the asylum and they each got their own room. And at first you're like, oh, is it this person? Is it that person? Are they separate? Like we've been thinking. And then we realize, no, they're the same. And I give Disney credit because they're going there with not only the violence and guns and all that, but like having somebody straight up say like, no, because your mom beat you. Like I was not expecting that. But let's go back to what I was saying about A Christmas Carol and how they were going through all these rooms. And then we see all these dead people that Mark has killed because he's a mercenary. And I think in the comic he's a Nazi at one point. I could be misquoting, but I highly doubt they'll go that far. But we end up seeing that he's been killing a lot of people. We get to see the scales like I was talking about. How your heart is actually weighed against the feather of truth, and I really liked that. I was loving it. I was so caught up in like the mythology and stuff and looking at stuff because the visuals were so cool and seeing that, and because I love this pantheon of gods like already, I was really swept up in that. But it genuinely was heartbreaking. It was genuinely heartbreaking watching him go through his life and, oh, your mom's gone and this and that and, oh, there's my dad. And it's like, like I said, I have a passed away parent, so like I'm a sucker for going and seeing your parent again. And, but I really liked the way they did that. And then I really liked the way they brought it together of, no, you're one person. Can we rewind really quick? Because I really liked the kissing stuff. I thought that was really funny. I thought that was funny and it landed. Anyway, back to episode 5. Yeah, no, I thought that was genuinely heartbreaking. I thought they did a really good job because this can be confusing. I'm sure this is confusing for a lot of average viewers of Marvel stuff. But I really liked the nods to things. I really liked how they brought it all together instead. Like, no, this is one person. I thought the fight on the boat was really cool. I loved this, like I said, the scale stuff. All of that was awesome to me. I like that they used the imagery of the jackal and Anubis when he was fighting them before, but then they do show him holding the scales, because normally Anubis is the one running the scales, like I said in my last video. So we do the whole Christmas Carol thing. We go through all the old memories. We get to see why the persona of Steve and Grant was created. And then we think that we're getting to the Gate of Osiris to get to the upper level. And that whole time I really liked how they were like, no, these people are being judged. They're being sent too early. Like, this is a problem. Arrow's doing something, yada, yada, yada. And the Hippo deity is, I keep forgetting her name. Like I said, she's more of a fertility and maternal deity than an underworld one, but she does represent rebirth, so this is a rebirth. And I think the big revelation in episode 5 is finding out how Kanju got a hold of him. But the whole fight on the boat was really cool. I liked the cricket line. I thought that was really funny, and I didn't know if that was a nod to Ninja Turtles. Cricket. The brother stuff, that was super sad. That was heartbreaking. But I did like the imagery of Steven stepping on the bird skeleton before he goes in there and all that, showing like Kanju is a sign. And I really liked that, but that was genuinely heartbreaking. And the whole transformation into Moon Knight with Kanju was so cool. That was so cool. Like I said, all of the imagery in this has been, the visuals, everything. It's beautiful. And not only is it beautiful, it's super cool. But yeah, we get to see how Kanju got to Mark and how Mark wasn't that great of a guy. And like I said, then we get the boat chase. Also, I'm assuming that the people that were attacking them on the boat were the people that Mark had killed, right? But then we get him falling off the boat, and it's super sad, and that was heartbreaking. But at the same time, it's not, because that's why the scales balance out. It's because they've come to grips with that they're one person, not two. So he's still around. It's just they've come to grips with their trauma. They've come to grips with everything. After going through the worst of the worst at the mother's wake and everything like that, or the brother's wake and the mom snapping, no, it was the mother's wake, wasn't it? Whatever. Sorry, it's late, and I'm on like my 4th video, and I got this giant thing on my head, and I'm trying not to break anything with all the things I'm wearing, but. But yeah, that's why. So he's not dead when he falls off. They've come to grips with their trauma, and now they can be judged as one on the scale, and that's why they get to the afterlife. But we also get Kanju resurrected, so that we get the Moon Knight character back. The Moon Knight armor, the ceremonial armor. I'm assuming, because I haven't watched episode 6 yet, and I could because it just dropped, but I'm assuming that it's going to start off with a lot with Layla and everything like that, and then we're going to go into Arrowverse Moon Knight, and they're going to be going at it, and then Kanju and them trying to fix their godly problem going on. Anyway, I thought they did a very good job with these 2 episodes of explaining that this is one person, and like I said, I was so wrapped up in the mythology and everything like that. I just want to know what you guys liked about this episode. These are the things I liked about the episode. I don't know what you want to call this, but like I said, I have so many videos I did today. I've been doing so much editing, so much everything. I'm going to stream Kingdom Hearts in a little bit. Yeah, I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. I'm on all the social medias. If you want to help out the channel, that's all down in the description. Yeah, we got lots to talk about. Oh my God, and Mom watched Venom 2 like 6 times, and she's like, we need to talk about Venom. She loves Venom. And I love Tom Hardy. And Venom. When we were at the theater seeing Spider-Man, No Way Home, she turned to the entire theater. Well, somebody like said something during the mid-credit scene, and she just goes, Venom. It's Venom. She doesn't realize how big of a character that is. And when she watched the first one that came out with Tom Hardy, she's like, I really like this. She really is a huge fan of Venom. I'm still holding out for us getting a Kit Harington cameo, though. Jon Snow's going to show up.